And at the pivot, a terrific defender and all-around player, the Australian sensation, 7-footer Andrew Bogut. Then there's Harrison Barnes, and it's Lee in at the 4. And looking at the Lakers, the star-studded backcourt of Nash and Kobe. And it's center the most dominant physical presence in the NBA, the elite defensive big man, Dwight Howard. Then there's world peace, and it's Gasol at power forward.
And for Coach Mark Jackson, a lot of big talk last season coming in. Predicted that his club would make the playoffs. And I thought that was a mistake because the Warriors just didn't have enough talent to make that happen. You never want to overpromise and underdeliver.
They get it back. Tries yet again, and he sails in for the layup.
And that's why you love this guy. I mean, tremendous work on the offensive boards. He just gets you second chance points.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, just a moment ago, Mark Jackson and I were able to chat. Obviously, he has a lot on his plate when it comes to defending against Kobe Bryant. I asked him what he might do, and he said not much. He's one of the league's all-time best scorers, and no matter what you seem to do, he finds ways to get on the scoreboard. Kobe might be seeing a lot of double teams here tonight, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And talk about the confidence for Mark Jackson. You know, Steve, some would say overconfidence. Is that a good thing for a coach?
Well, I think your players have to believe in you if you're a coach, Kevin. So I think confidence is a good thing. And I thought Mark Jackson last year really kept his team playing hard through a difficult stretch when they had so many injuries at the end of the season. So it seems to me like the confidence and the approach and the balance that Jackson brought to the job bodes well for his future and that of the team.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And Thompson kicks to Barnes. In low to Bogut. Howard with the steal.
So a couple of poor possessions now in a row consecutively. Both times turnover. That's not productive basketball. That's not winning basketball.
No, Clark, you know, you start stringing errors back to back together, you lose all momentum in this game. And, of course, the Lakers shipped off Lamar Odom before last season started and just got a late first-round pick from Dallas in return. Not exactly what you would expect in terms of, you know, a player of Lamar Odom's caliber. You'd think they could have done better with that deal.
Leads him in there. Here's Gasol, and the layup is good. Gasol's got his second basket of the night. Warriors trail by 8. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Curry against Nash. Barnes sets a screen for Curry. Here's Lee. Shot to stop the run. Rebound the Lakers. The Lakers ended up being fine with how they played, but really, as you said, it seems like they missed out on getting more in return.
Yeah, the whole trade appeared to be sort of a panic move. I mean, they didn't play well early, but ultimately adjusted. And I think that trade definitely hurt them early last season.
And the Warriors
last year, but after hanging around in the playoff chase for a good part of the season, basically decided to pack it in and get ready to rebuild for next year. And I think that's the right move.
And the Warriors making a change here. Andres Biedrins, he's checked in for Bogut. Landry comes in for Lee. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Barnes. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Steph Curry. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in. Golden State moving the ball around. Good. Jack's got his first points in this one. Yet the Warriors had a lot of ground to make up when they made the decision to start playing those rookies. Still, you know, would have been nice for the fans to be able to get the Oracle Arena rocking once again. Still have the great fans out there, Steve, but they're obviously looking to the future.
Well, that's one of the reasons they made the big trade with Monte Ellis going to Milwaukee for Andrew Bogut. They're trying to improve their defense. They're trying to get bigger and stronger. They've got ridiculous.
What a move. Tore it down that time. And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah. No, certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play. Here's World Peace. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. World Peace has got 5 points so far.
Well, with this soft D, they're allowing them to shoot a very high percentage from the field so far.
Yeah, and they're just not offering any resistance, not making anything difficult for them, and they're able to kind of do whatever they want to do.
Curry can't get it to go.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job. That offense just keeps on clicking.
It sure does, Clark. They're getting high percentage looks and really taking advantage here.
Outside Jack. Now the dish to Beatrice. Landry. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Just like they drew it up, fellas.
Here's Nash. Here's World Peace. Can't hit from the elbow. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead they wanted to have.
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong, and they've put together some nice momentum here.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense. A lot of good ones.
You know, one of the strongest players in the NBA, to me, has to be Meta World Peace, also known as the Artest, formerly known as Ron.
You like that, don't you, Clark? Huh?
Yeah, I like that play on words. I do like that play on words. But clearly, Ron, one of the strongest guys who have ever played.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, I think it's accurate to call the Dwight Howard situation a saga, and it has, at least for the moment, calmed down. A trade to the Los Angeles Lakers has now thrust them squarely into the championship picture. First, the acquisition of star point guard Steve Nash, and now the best center in the league. The tough Western Conference just got tougher. Kevin?
The story of the offseason, no question. Thank you, Doris. And for Meta World Peace, some have said the name is a little ironic when you look at that elbow he threw that caught James Harden right in the head late last season in Los Angeles.
Well, throughout his career, we know Meta World Peace, formerly Ron Artest, has been very erratic. His issues off the court well chronicled, and he's made progress. There's no denying that. But with anybody that's had issues, whatever the compulsive behavior is, there are flare-ups and relapses. And that's what we saw with Ron, unfortunately. He's done a lot of good things. He won the NBA Citizenship Award, and deservedly so. So hopefully we won't see any more episodes like that James Harden elbow. That was hard to watch, Kevin. The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
yes,
you?
Sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing. You know, the interesting story a year ago with Golden State was promising season ticket holders that they would make the playoffs. And, you know, I thought went overboard a little bit because the Warriors team just wasn't quite talented enough to fulfill that promise. And anytime you put yourself out on a limb like that, it can be dangerous. You're now in a vulnerable spot.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Pau Gasol has checked in for Howard. And it's Nash in for Steve Blake. And that one's good. And that's now 6 points for Nash.
Just pouring it on and adding to this big lead.
Steve, they're playing outstanding basketball, and they've been doing it all game at both ends.
And the Warriors making a change here. Jack's checked in. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Pass to Curry. Launches a three. Here's Beatrice, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Textbook offensive rebounding right there. I love that. Those putbacks are buckets any team loves to get.
And to be fair, the Warriors were in a position at one point where they had a chance at the playoffs. I'm going back some time now, but the injuries just put them out of contention.
Yeah, it really did. And although it derailed them a bit, it showed the value of depth, something the Warriors wanted to address this offseason. And they still have playoff ambitions because of that.
Out to lead.